Hello friends, welcome back to Learn Integrate Tutorials. Here is the 7th video in our Jenkins tutorial series, in which I am going to talk about parameterized builds on Jenkins. This will include what is parameterized builds and how do we use it on Jenkins jobs and where to use it. And also we'll discuss about how many types of parameterized options are available along with a demo. Links related to this tutorial series and documents will be mentioned in the description. You can make use of it. And these are the topics we are going to cover throughout this Jenkins series. Also, we'll add more topics in the future. Before getting to the topic, just a small request to those who are watching this video from our YouTube channel for the first time. We have already uploaded a lot of videos and tutorial series on Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes and other technologies too. Please have a look. If you are interested in learning, then do subscribe now and click nearby bell icon for more interesting and useful videos. Let's get started. What is parameterized builds in Jenkins? These parameterized builds is very similar to a variable concept in programming language. So on a programming language, we define a variable by getting some user input so that these variables can be reused throughout your programming, or you can refer in your other programming as well. Similarly, parameterized builds in Jenkins also will help you to get some kind of input as a variable, and that can be used throughout your Jenkins jobs. So how do we make our Jenkins job as a parameterized build? There must be an option called "This project is parameterized" on General section. If you enable this, automatically the particular job will be a parameterized build. Now we need to add a parameter because this will support multiple parameters. It can be a Boolean parameter, or it can be a choice, or it can be a credentials, or it can be a file, multi-line, password, run and string. These many type of parameter or variable Jenkins will support. For example, if I go with Boolean parameter, so in any parameter we need to define a name to store the value of that particular parameter. For example, since it is a Boolean parameter, it can have only two values, either it might be a true or false. If you are not sure about any parameter, just click on this question mark on the right side. It will give you a clear description. So since I have selected Boolean parameters, the value of this name should be either true or false. Okay, let me give some name first. Reboot status. So this is the parameter name I'm going to give, and you will have some option. If you enable it, will be set as a default. You can give some description. So here we have added only one parameter type called Boolean. These parameter can be reused throughout your Jenkins job. So let me go to build step, and here simply I can put, this is simple shell scripting where I have mentioned to echo the variable name called reboot underscore status, and this is the exact name we need to refer. Just click on apply, and if you see the job, this has been changed from build to build with parameter, which means this particular job is a parameterized build. If you click on this build, it will prompt you to enter the value. Since this is a Boolean, you need to either select or you can disable it. If you select, it will become true. If you didn't select, then that will become false because it is a Boolean parameter. So let me remove this and let me give build. So build is success. Just click on the build, go to console output. Here if you see, I have given the command echo to print the variable. It is printed as false because I have not selected the tick mark on the option. Let me go back to the same build and we'll configure to use a different parameter now. You can have multiple parameterized options. Okay, let me remove this boolean parameter for now. And you can have choice parameters. Okay, here I have selected the choice parameter, and my variable name is server name, and the choices are Ansible 1, Ansible 2, Chef 1. Let's go to execute shell. Either you can do patching, or you can do restart, or you can do anything based on your automations. Simply, I will give the server name. Apply, save. Click on build with parameter. Here on server name, you have multiple choices you can select. For example, if this particular job is kind of a patching job or reboot, then select that particular server and just click on build. Based on the build step, this job will start perform the task. I have selected Ansible 2. Okay, now the job number is 16. Click on it and go to console output. And here if you see, the server name printed as Ansible 2 because we have selected Ansible 2 as a choice. So similarly, we can configure n number of parameters that suits your job. Here I have a job called bus app docker image. Here I have multiple stages. The first would be check out my Git remote repository, that is from github.com. From there, I have multiple steps. On build step, one is just an execute shell. This will print list of files what is checked out on my local directory. Then I have a execute docker command. This will build an image from the docker file, and it will tag the docker image as busapp:2.1. Once the image is built, then I have to push my image to my Docker Hub repository. For that as well, I am using the tag what is mentioned here. Here I have mentioned in two places as a static value. Here I am going to use a parameterized build. For that, I am going to enable the parameterized option. Based on the job, you can decide which parameter will be best for you. As per this job, I can go for choice parameter or string parameter. If I give choice parameter, the values will be defined earlier. If I use string parameter, then user has to type the value in the text box. So first I will show you with choice parameter. So this is the variable name. Here I can give some choices. And we need to specify this variable name wherever you want. So it will print what version we have selected. Here we can use variable. Here too. Just click on apply, save. Now build with parameter. Since we have selected the choice parameter, all the values we have defined on the configuration, it is listed over here. Here you can select any of your version. Just click on build. So the build has started. Now the build number is 11. It is going on. Click on the build. Go to console output. Here on the build step, the first one was execute shell, where I have listed all the files. Then I have given the echo command to display the version I have selected. So it is perfectly accepted the value as 3.1, and this is the Docker build stage. Here successfully the Docker image is built and it is tagged as 3.1, and it is pushing the image as 3.1. So this is how we use parameters build. Let me quickly change the parameters type from choice to string parameter. The name I will give docker underscore version itself, and default let it be 3.0. If the user is not typed any value, it will consider as a 3.0 is the default value. Just click on apply, save, build with parameter. Here a text box prompting for the version. If you didn't type anything, this is the default value, will be set to Docker version, or you can change it 3.1 or 3.2, anything. Here as well I will give 3.1. Click on build, and this time the build number is 12. Click on it, go to console output, and let's wait for the build step to start. So on 3 places we have defined the variables. One is execute shell and Docker image and Docker push. So it is checking out my repository, and here is the first stage, that is Docker version. It accepted the value as 3.1. It started building my Docker image, and it is pushing the image right now to Docker Hub. It's done. So this is how we create parameterized build on Jenkins, which means we are using some kind of variables and we are referring into our jobs. That's it. Hope you have got an idea what is parameterized build and how we use it, and what are the types we have, and how to refer in our Jenkins job. See you in the next video. Till then, keep practicing and have fun.
How did you feel? Is it helpful? Appreciate our efforts in the comment section below. Hit like button, share with your friends about us, subscribe our channel to get further updates. Stay connected with us on social networking sites. For more free tutorials, visit our website www.learnetguide.net.